local organization gave Siouxlanders the chance to explore the culture of countries thousands of miles away right here in Sioux City today. KTIV's Nathan Price takes us on a trip to the Siouxland African Fest.
Akwaba is like, welcome. Akwaba, welcome.
Albert O'Kine taught me a common greeting in Ga, one of the many languages spoken in his native country of Ghana. And it is fitting, as the Siouxland African Association extended a warm welcome to community members for the 10th annual Siouxland African Festival Saturday afternoon. Organizers say this is a celebration of the 54 unique countries that make up the continent of Africa and the culture African immigrants bring to the area.
Organizers tell us that this event is a great way for Siouxlanders to be able to experience the beauty and the richness of Africa, from its people to its food and its fashions. No passport required.
People who cannot travel, people who cannot afford to go out, could be a part of something like this. Still be able to enjoy Africa, without necessarily having to pay an airfare to travel somewhere else to enjoy that. So this is a way to create, and for us, doing something like this really fosters a sense of unity.
And it is that unity that Dr. Annie Kinwa Muzinga, a professor at Morningside University, says is at the heart of this event.
In our diversity, we are united. And that's what we want to show here, that we are united.
Dr. Kinwa Muzinga says the Siouxland African Association works to help expose Siouxlanders to African culture, creating a more accepting environment for immigrants.
We want people in Sioux City also to know who they are. Not only people that they work with them, but we want them also to learn about the culture, to learn about them, to learn how they behave, who they are. I think that is important.
In Sioux City, Nathan Price, KTIV News 4.
Festival organizers are already looking forward to next year's event.